G'day and welcome to the Fast 5 at 5, coming to you from the centre of the real estate universe here in the Property Central building at Erina. Well, today I want to really hit the issues and hit the issue on the head. The big issue is property taxes in Australia. Now, I've seen some of these real estate experts on TV over the last couple of weeks trying to make head of where the property market is headed. Unfortunately, they seem to be missing one of the main reasons why the property market in New South Wales is going to have some very, very good growth over the next few years. And let me get to it. Now, we all remember, those of us back in 1985, Paul Keating decides to stuff around with property taxes and he abolishes negative gearing. Now, the psychological impact that that had on the property market at the time meant that things started to stall a little bit. 2 years later, Keating had to backtrack, probably the only time he ever admitted that he was wrong. Fast forward to 2004, and one of the biggest boneheads who ever was Premier of New South Wales, Bob Carr, decides to bring in an investor duty, a 2.25% impost on property investors when they sell a property. Ridiculous. Now let's have a look at what that did to the market via this graph that I made for you. So as you can see here, the green line is the property market in Australia. The pink line is the property market in New South Wales. And Bob Carr brings in the investor duty right here. And that's where New South Wales started to fall behind the rest of the country with regards to capital gain in property. So that means that New South Wales has all this catching up to do, which is very, very exciting for now. The best way to put this is that Bob Carr essentially defecated in our water supply, and it took several years for his rotten turd to float away down the stream. The good news is that that turd has floated off now to some other region or space or place, and it's long forgotten. That's why our property market now has bounced back. Obviously that little hiccup called the GFC along the way did slow things down for a little while. But let me get to the other big thing that pisses me right off, and that is stamp duty. A modern day shackles. It's kind of like the government's decided to put this shackle on us, like as if we're some kind of modern day convicts or something like that. Well, you know what? It's time to allow us to break free, because I guarantee you that if the state government were to abolish or slash stamp duty, this duty on motion, that the place would take off. Because if you tax motion, you are therefore stopping motion, therefore making things fat and sluggish. Get rid of the tax and the place will take off like a Chinese rocket into space. Stamp duty. That just cost me nothing. 20 grand to buy a house, to give to the government for you guys to piss up the wall? I don't think so. Give us a break. Get rid of this impost. Well, it's been a hard-hitting episode of the Fast 5 at 5. Some might say controversial, but I tell you, it is bang on. I just say it how I say it here at the Fast 5 at 5. Until this time, next week we'll see you at the Fast 5 at 5. Bye for now.